Who doesn't love driving a rental car? Zipping around in a car you don't own is great! Until it gets damaged. When your rental car gets bumped, scraped, or smashed up, who pays for it? You do. That is, unless you've arranged for rental car coverage beforehand. There are basically 3 ways to protect yourself from having to pay for rental car damage. You can buy a damage waiver from the rental company, you can use a credit card that offers rental car coverage, or you can get rental car coverage through your regular car insurance policy. Each has its pros and cons, and you're about to learn all of them. If you've ever rented a car, you know the rental agent will ask you if you want to purchase their company's damage coverage. You also know that it tends to be expensive. These are usually called loss damage waivers or collision damage waivers, and they're not technically insurance, they're waivers. If you buy the damage waiver, it basically means that the rental company agrees to not hold you responsible for damage or theft to the car. The upside of paying for a loss damage waiver is that it's simple. If the car gets damaged, you can drop the car off as planned, and the repairs are their problem. The downside is the cost, which is usually at least $20 to $30 per day. That's fine if you need a car for 1 day, but if you're renting it for weeks, that adds up. Also, a damage waiver only deals with damage to the car itself. It doesn't include third-party liability coverage, which you'd need if you damage someone else's vehicle or other property while you're driving. In Canada, all rental cars carry at least the legal minimum liability coverage for their home province. But keep in mind, the minimum isn't enough for serious liability claims. Most rental companies also offer expanded third-party liability coverage, which is another added per day cost. Some credit cards cover rental car damage if you pay for the entire rental with that card. If you have such a card, you'll need to decline the rental company's waiver. The advantage with credit card coverage is that it's free, assuming you have the card. Some credit cards also cover personal effects, meaning your stuff inside the car. But if you have home insurance, your stuff is probably already covered under that policy. Obviously, the specifics depend on which card you have, but generally, there are some restrictions to keep in mind. One major downside is that the credit card coverage typically does not cover third-party liability claims. Just like the damage waiver, they also usually limit coverage to vehicles under a certain sticker price. They'll also exclude some vehicle types entirely, like motorcycles and exotic cars and pickup trucks. If you want to use a credit card for rental coverage, make sure you review the details of your specific card beforehand. That brings us to the last, but certainly not least, method for insuring a rental car. You can get coverage for rental cars through your normal car insurance policy. Rental car coverage isn't usually in there by default, but you can add it for a modest fee, often as little as about $50 a year. For example, in Ontario, the rental car coverage endorsement has the catchy name OPCF 27. Or in BC, you get rental car coverage as part of ICBC's Roadside Plus or Roadstar packages. Pretty much every provider in every province offers some form of rental car coverage. The biggest plus of using your own policy for rental cars is the coverage will almost always be better than the other 2 options. More importantly, you'll have greater third-party liability coverage. Depending on the policy, you can either use your standard liability limit or a separate limit just for rental cars. Either way, it's much better than the bare minimum you'll have otherwise. You'll also have access to your own accident benefits coverage if you need it. Of course, there are still limitations. Most rental car endorsements don't cover vehicles over a certain size, like box vans or heavy trucks. There will also be a limit on how many days you can rent, plus exclusions for business use. If you have rental car coverage through your policy, you can also decline the rental company's waiver. That sums up your rental car insurance options. If you're looking for car insurance quotes to which you can add rental car coverage, check out squareone.ca. If you have questions about this or any other car insurance topics, let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope you found this helpful. Oh, there's titles! What is happening? Sorry, the words are all weird. Until it gets damaged.